Right Honorable Speaker, I was shocked that even as I was driving to Kampala, I had two statements. The government spokesperson was giving a statement concerning the Bank of Uganda saga. I call it a saga because we have many government spokespersons who are giving different statements. The police spokesperson, Mr. Nanga, has told the whole nation that there is a problem, that the pallets that came were more than the ones that were supposed to be received by Bank of Uganda. And moreover, at the same time, the government spokesperson, Mr. Ofwono Opondo, is saying that the condition is normal. And we all know that whenever a country gets excess currency that has not been ordered by that country, it brings a problem in the economy. I therefore want the Minister of Finance, who is here, to clarify to Ugandans and build confidence in them, because a matter to come an extent of a team from anti-corruption, moreover from President's office to handle the matter, that is a very serious matter. Therefore, I don't know whether we are proceeding well, that this matter has been in all circles of this country almost 2-3 days, and no statement has been given at all by the Minister of Finance. Thank you very much.
Madam Speaker and honorable colleagues, as all of us know that this case was reported to the anti-corruption unit at the President's office, and as we speak now, it's being handled by the CID of the Uganda Police. It is true that there is an issue to do with an air cargo which was carrying our currency to Uganda and was found with extra items on the plane. At the moment, the investigators are investigating and we are waiting for a report. But what we can assure the country at the moment is that we do not see any indication that this incident is going to affect the economy in terms of inflation and others, but we are on top of it to ensure that if there was anything wrong, it is found out. So I would beg, Madam Speaker and honorable colleagues, that we give the investigators a chance. We have given them very little time to tell us what was on the plane. And then we shall come here and inform the whole country. I beg to move.
As Parliament, we must ask the Minister or give them a certain period of time when they are supposed to come and report to Parliament. Madam Speaker, if we just leave it open, it began as currency, now it has turned into cargo. If you give them another 6 months, it will be items, and by the end of the year, it will be something different. Madam Speaker, are we not, can we proceed by requiring the Minister given a given period of time when he must come back and brief us on what is going on with Bank of Uganda? Madam Speaker, you are aware, we've just finished one scandal with commercial banks. Now it is another scandal with currency. Madam Speaker, Ugandans need to hear what Parliament is doing about the sagas, continuous sagas in Bank of Uganda.
Who is investigating who? We are concerned as a Parliament because we are getting contradictions from the police, from other agencies, where we would have got the confidence that the government is in control and the government is doing something. But as of now, Right Honourable Speaker, the way the matter has reached, I would even want this Parliament to take it a step further. We may have to call upon Scotland Yard. If we had acted earlier, yes, things have gone really out of hand. If we had acted earlier on the report of Kosasi and caused an overhaul of the Bank of Uganda, probably we would have intercepted this issue. But we slowed down because our role is only to guide the government. We have guided government. No implementation. Another crisis has come in. After the 90 billion, which other crisis is going to come? So, Right Honourable Speaker, we need a more serious investigation that will go deeper, that will overhaul Bank of Uganda and and give us confidence that the government is in control. This is my proposal, Right Honorable Speaker.
The issue is the integrity of the central bank and then the safety of the currency. So this is just an illustration. After the investigation by Parliament, the next thing that you don't want to hear is that the Bank of Uganda governor is calling the State House to investigate. So the statement must not just address this particular issue, but the integrity of the central bank, whether people are not sleeping at a job, and where the currency, not just the one they brought from wherever, but the one they are keeping at central bank. Because if there is suspicion that either this one could have been stolen, what about the one they have? And the governor speaks as if he's a very helpless person. The governor calling the State House, please come and help me. So is he sleeping on the job? The integrity is what you should be addressing, not just this particular incident, Madam Speaker.
Because the government spokesperson, Mr. Ofwono Opondo, went on media, and you know he's the executive director of the media center, saying that the spokesperson of police, Mr. Nanga, gave wrong information to Ugandans. Moreover, best investigation is always from bottom to top. You all agree with me that police confirms having sent its men to investigate this matter to an extent that they even went and searched homes of the people who chatted in the currency. Therefore, we as Member of Parliament, and me in particular as a Member of Parliament of Busia Municipality, I want government to give a statement to Ugandans concerning this scandal. I'm calling it a scandal because what was pellets in terms of 20 number, they are now saying there were cells of phones, batteries of phones. Some are saying there were items for solar. Some are saying there were spray machines. So there is no clarity. There is no clarity at all, and we need this to be cleared so that it builds confidence in the Ugandans, because this is a lot of money to go in the economy. It can destabilize our country.
No, it's very unfortunate that because we've just completed one investigation, Parliament investigated the matter of commercial banks, how they were sold, and what's very unfortunate, what Ugandans expected and the mismanagement, it looked like we did nothing about it here. So Parliament, even though we would love to have an investigation, we are not sure whether we'll come to a conclusive investigation about this matter. That's why I need to call upon the other arms of government who are supposed to deal with these matters, to deal with them, to do those investigations. Auditor General is there, we have the CID, police, and all other anti-corruption units that we have. Let them feed Parliament so that we debate when we are aware. But even before the investigative reports come, as a Parliament, we must take decisions here. What do we do when we get these guys? What are we going to expect from this investigation? Are we just going to wait for their recommendations, or we can come up with serious recommendations so that anybody who deals with in those matters can really know how to know their fate. Parliament must take those decisions. But any time, all the time, matters come here, we keep postponing. Let us wait for the statement. And the government is never proactive. And for them, they buy time, and during that time, they get to know how to deal with the people of Uganda and to deal with us. And if it comes after 6 months, it will have lost steam. And you can't do much about when something has lost steam. We should have dealt with it now, this week, most importantly this week. Unfortunately, it's coming next week, and you wait, the statement will come when they've twisted it. It will be twisted facts, where the minister will be talking about other things. Remember, it began as currency. Now the minister was talking about cargo. By the time he brings a report, it will be completely different matter.
To me, it's not a surprise, because if you followed the COSASE, our investigations at that time, to me, you would not be surprised with what is happening. But what the executive should have done by the time the Parliament adopted the recommendations, should have acted. Maybe we would have averted this. Now we don't know whether there was extra money or extra items. No, whether what was extra cargo, whether it was money or it was other items. We don't know. But more so, what is more disturbing is the contradictions now which are and the infights between police, government spokesperson, and the central bank. Whom should the Ugandans now believe? Whom should the world believe? And such contradictions lead to instability and finally destabilize the economy. And because the economy is a very sensitive thing, the investors are going to hold back. So in such a way, the economy will be affected. So that must be sorted out. But more so, I think what the government needs to come out, even if they're investigating now, what we Ugandans need to know first of all now is, how did the individuals who are named to be owners of the extra cargo, like the Mandelas, like the Mbires, like the UN, the USAID, how did they get to know that the Bank of Uganda had chartered the plane? This is supposed to be a classified thing. There can only be two people who can tell us those things. Either Bank of Uganda or the printers of the money and the owners of the plane which was chartered. Because that's a classified thing, how would they get to know? But also, where did the additional items get added from? If it was money, then we shall know where it was added from. But if it's not money, were they picked also from France, or it was picked somewhere along the way? It stopped there to pick and get here. And today, where are those things? The extra items, the governor said there were extra 5 pallets, that were only 20. There were extra 15. I mean, 5, theirs was only 20. So where are they in the custody of the police, of the central bank, or elsewhere, or they disappeared? Because at the airport, there are CCTVs. They should be able to capture. Well, we install these cameras all over. So those are the things we're asking. My honorable colleagues today wanted to know, where are those things? So, and government must come clean, stop the contradictions, tell people the truth, what they are doing. We shall wait for Tuesday. The minister says he's going to make a preliminary statement on Tuesday. But it's an ugly thing. But what we need also is an overhaul of that institution, of the central bank. That way we shall be able to possibly see better things in that institution.
The issues of investigation are for police. And even in anger, it is the CIDs who told him, not PROs. So I think Mr. Ofwono here has overshot his level. But since it's our cadre, there's no problem. Every person can make a mistake. But here I think it is a mistake. Because the person who is mandated to investigate is the police. It's not Enanga himself, but the CID department. So what I know is that money must have been squandered. But maybe for purposes of the image of the country, I think that's how Mr. Ofwono Opondo is trying to hide. Otherwise, it is clear that money was squandered. And I think it's unfortunate that the president is busy moving on issues of Operation Wealth Creation. Otherwise, we would use the SFC to pick up these people, Bank of Uganda, what, even CA officers and what. In fact, if it was another country, these people would just go for firing squad. You don't need to go to court because it's too much. You don't need it. It's wasting time.